Flayer videos equate to child porn. They will be blocked out of court. Flayer videos on the internet will be quickly blocked out of court. The corresponding bill has been submitted to the State Duma and may be adopted in the first reading already in the autumn session. The government officially supported the initiative. Recently, society has been paying increasing attention to the problem of smaller brothers. And even media people are increasingly supporting the abandoned animals. For example, Dennis Flayer showed fans 2 dogs on Monday that he and his wife took from the shelter and asked them to come up with names. At the same time, a lot of content is spreading on the internet that cannot be called anything other than fanatic. Here it was decided to end them once and for all. Recently, information has been massively distributed on the internet that contains materials about cruelty to animals, and it becomes available to minors, which negatively affects their mental state, says its author, Vladimir Bermatov, in an explanatory note to the bill app. At meetings of his Duma Committee on Ecology and Environmental Protection, this issue was repeatedly raised. The existing legal mechanisms are not enough to quickly stop the distribution of content savoring the savage killings of animals, MPs say. Flayer videos and sites illegally selling rare animals enter the register of information prohibited on the internet only after a court decision. According to Roskomnadzor, since 2006, Roskomnadzor has received court decisions of the specified focus, the explanatory note goes on. And as a rule, prosecutors turn to the courts on the basis of appeals of citizens, including. But the judicial procedure is long, takes at least 3 months. And all this time the above information is distributed without any restrictions. There is also Article 245 of the Criminal Code. It was toughened at the end of 2017, and now promises for a cruel treatment of an animal in order to inflict pain and suffering, as well as out of hooligan motives or from mercenary motives, resulting in his death or injury, if there was a public demonstration in the media or on the internet, at least a fine of 100 to 300,000 rubles, and as a maximum, imprisonment for a term of 3 to 5 years. In 2018, according to the Judicial Department of the Supreme Court, animal cruelty under aggravating circumstances, and a video on the internet is just such a circumstance as committing a crime by a group and in the presence of children, led to 38 court sentences. Now the law on information technologies and the protection of information permits out-of-court blocking by an authorized federal executive body in 6 cases, among them, for example, distribution of pornography involving children, calls for suicide or a story about methods of suicide, information about methods for the development, manufacture and use of narcotic drugs or psychotropic substances. Demonstration of animal cruelty will be the 7th basis for inclusion in the Forbidden Registry. The initiative is supported in a brief official statement by the Cabinet, although it will require additional federal budget expenditures. In the financial and economic justification, prepared, as Mr. Bermatov told MK, based on the data provided by Roskomnadzor, it says, the plan will cost about 9 million rubles a year. For processing applications, monitoring and other needs, Roskomnadzor will have to hire 5 additional employees, and 1 million of these 9 million will go to the technical refinement of the registry. The relevant Committee on Information Policy, Information Technologies and Communications has not yet begun to consider the initiative of Mr. Bermatov.